Democrats are struggling in the wake of Trump's continual successes, right? This is an obvious problem that they have, and so they're currently searching around because, of course, you remember in the last, 10 years, they had Obama, who set the bar quite high as a skillful politician, and then they had Joe Biden, who was like Weekend at Bernie's, right? Who they had to stage manage through his presidency using an auto pen, but now, since Kamala failed, because, she was hardly a good politician, now they're casting around going, okay, well, who do we actually have? And the answer is, that's not a great question. It seems that it basically comes down to Pete Buttigieg, who isn't really very likable.
No.
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, but he's an absolute psychopath, and he gives everybody, including Democrats, their skin crawls when they see him.
Yes, no one likes to be in Newsom's presence.
Yes.
Because he looks like he is actually a lizard wearing human skin.
Yes.
Or AOC.
That would be funny. I kind of want that.
She'd
be well past the wall by the time she runs for president in 4 years' time.
But she is charismatic.
Yes.
And she is a savvy operator.
Yes.
And actually, I think that, what we saw with AOC coming up against Nancy Pelosi would be like, I hear all your leftist ideals, but you're going to do exactly as you're told or else. And AOC was like, that's right, I'm a good girl. I'm going to do exactly as I'm told on absolutely everything. She never broke ranks with the sort of Democrat cabal that runs the party, the Chuck Schumers, the Nancy Pelosi's, that little inner circle.
They're there to have a little speech every now and again.
She would complain on social media, but she would always vote as she was told to vote, because she's a savvy politician. And so I am actually a bit worried about the prospect of a President AOC. I think that she is smart enough to understand public perceptions and to moderate herself when necessary. And
requires her to actually win, though.
Sure, but the thing is, she's a charismatic person. She is likable, right? The thing about AOC is, I don't agree with any of her politics, but she is a likable person and she gets on well with other people. And that's half the battle. That's why one of the reasons that Trump did so well is because he's a likable guy.
Okay.
People just like hanging out with him. It's one of the reasons that, Newsom or Buttigieg are not going to go anywhere. They're not likable. Nobody really wants to hang out with them. And so I'm a bit worried about what the Democrats might actually throw up against the Republicans.
Right.
And so I think the Democrats really need to choose someone else. And I think I've found a superb example of it.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, well done. Well, that's going to be a big problem for them, so they'll be very grateful.
And before we go on, though, this person is going to be very well endorsed by James O'Brien, who we have done a book club on, the final of the James O'Brien trilogy, in which James O'Brien basically has to conduct a personal inquisition on himself, not to become a right-winger, to stay in the left-wing orthodoxy. As you can see, it's endorsed by the secret barrister there, so it's good. This was probably my favourite of the James O'Brien trilogy that I had to sit through. Harry inflicted on me. But go and sign up to the website, watch that. It's good fun. Anyway, so meet Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett is an American lawyer and politician serving as the U.S. representative for Texas's 30th congressional district since 2023. So she's a fresh face, she's got energy, she's got verve, and she's a fighter. She's here to go at them hammer and tongs.
So a Democrat from Texas?
Yes.
So, straight away that's a bit concerning, because if you're a Democrat, I appreciate the big cities in Texas are still, like any other city, Democrat strongholds. Yeah. But it's still in Texas. So she's not... The trouble with a lot of the Democrats is they're so in the bubble of progressive cities and progressive states that they've just completely detached from reality. She probably has to face up to reality a lot more than... No?
Why would you think that?
Well, because more of the people that she meets in Texas are probably not going to be completely insane.
Well, how about read the caucuses she's a member of?
Black Maternity Health Caucus, Congressional Black Caucus. Okay, I'm seeing a theme. Yes.
Congressional Equality Caucus, Congressional Progressive Caucus. She's as radically left-wing as any AOC.
Right.
So she's exactly as radical as every left-wing Democrat. And you say, well, surely she has to come up against... I've been to Texas many times.
Yes.
They are very lovely and very sensible people.
Yes.
They don't feel in any way strange or bizarre or radical or anything like that. And so I went and looked up her district.
Okay.
What's interesting is her district is there are 300,000 black people and 137,000 white people. And then 98,000 of any other race, basically. And so the black people outnumber any other race by 2.25 times.
Is this in Dallas or Austin or?
I can't remember what cities it's in, actually. But the point is, it's a kind of ethnic enclave.
Right.
And so you're saying, well, doesn't she have to deal with real life? Not really.
Okay.
It's a very racialized district, and so her perspective on the world is one of, I'm trying to think of a very polite way of saying it, insular to the community from which she comes. And this is brilliantly revealed by this Atlantic piece, which really, really is just an eye-opening thing. I'm going to read some extracts from it because it's just brilliant, because it shows you just how divorced some of these people end up being from the wider political sphere and perceptions of normal people. In the kind of, and honestly, on the other side of it, you've got kind of the Marjorie Taylor Greene types, where they're crusaders that are too crusady, right? And so they're convinced of the universal correctness of their position, without understanding that politics is all a relational game. And so actually you've got to understand your position in relation to other people's. And this is why I'm more worried about AOC, because she's actually far more clever at divining the sort of threads that connect everything together and seeing where they come. But this lady's great. So she was trying to get she was losing the race to serve as the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, which she thought that she'd be great for. And this is a theme you'll see over and over. And she thought that she'd be best for it because she has the largest social media following of any of the people who are running for that position. It's like, oh, she's got something like 450,000 Twitter followers. Right. So you see...
That must seem like not a lot to you.
Well, I've only got 500,000.
Oh, right, still more.
So, I mean, I've got more than her, but it's still.
Well, that does make you more qualified for the position than her.
Well, exactly. Why aren't I getting the job, right?
Yes.
But that's the point. That's not what makes you qualified for any job, especially not the House Oversight Committee. But to her, she feels that her colleagues haven't learned the obvious. Democrats need sharper, fiercer communicators. And you know what? I agree. They need sharper, fiercer communicators.
Okay, fine.
They say in poll after poll since Donald Trump's election, Democrat voters have said they want a fighter. And Crockett is a former attorney who represents the Dallas area. Sorry, it's Dallas, 30th Congressional District's in. Spent 2.5 years in Congress trying to be one. So that's great, because Democrat voters want someone loud-mouthed and incredibly left-wing. I think they should get that. Independent voters don't want that. And Republican voters don't want that. So Democrat voters...
Was she a prosecutor as well?
No. Well, she was a defense lawyer, actually. We'll get into it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And I'll tell you...
I mean, that's bold for the Democrats, because they tried running a black woman prosecutor last time, and that didn't work. So why not try a black
Kamala Harris
woman?
Was pretty horrible with her prosecutorial record as well.
Yes.
This lady, you can guess who this lady was defending as we get into it a bit later on.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, she, through her hearing room quips and social media insults, she's become known, at least in MSNBC watching households, as a leading general in the battle against Trump. Right. So the battle against Trump making America great again, as I think we can agree that he actually is.
Yes.
She's opposed to this. So
obviously.
And Trump is aware of this, right? He's called her, quote, a low IQ individual. And she has dubbed him a buffoon and Putin's hoe. Perhaps the best known Crockett clapback came last year after a hearing where she insulted Marjorie Taylor Greene, which because she made fun of Crockett's false eyelashes. And it's like, oh god. Crockett, seeming to relish the moment, leaned into the mic and blasted Greene's, quote, bleach blonde, bad built butch body. So she was body shaming Marjorie Taylor Greene. And this she started putting on T-shirts and things like that. So she seems lovely. She seems like exactly the kind of person the Democrats should run, because I want to see, Republican mono-party rule for forever, frankly, under the MAGA rubric. Anyway, she gave the keynote speech and the DNC and was the national co-chair of Kamala Harris's campaign. So she is ingratiated with a faction of total losers in the Democrat Party, which is brilliant. Yes. It's the person we want keeping going. She's testing out a coarser insult comedy style attacks on the GOP under Trump. The approach, her supporters say, appeals to people who drifted away from the Democrats in 2024. If I call Donald Trump an evil man baby, yes, I'm winning them back.
I love the fact that Democrats have not learned anything at all.
I know.
And they're just doubling down on the most hardcore remaining MSNBC viewers.
Well, this is what Democrat voters have said in poll after poll.
Because there's so few of them.
I know. And because they're so locked into their echo chamber that they don't understand that that's not actually what people were voting for Trump for. So her forthrightness is what her supporters love, but it might undermine her relationships with the party. Some of Crockett's fellow Democrats worry that her rhetoric could alienate the more moderate voters the party needs to win back.
Again.
So we're going to trans your kids and great replace you, but said politely is what the James Carvilles of the world are telling her. Unsurprisingly, they say that Trump seems to be eager to elevate Crockett. They say she's the face of the party. You can see Trump's not a stupid man. You can see, all right, this person would alienate probably about 80% of Americans.
Oh, clearly.
But the 20% of Democrats who like this kind of thing, well, they'll vote for her in droves, which is great because, again,
I don't understand what happened to the Democrats, because they used to be able to. I mean, they went from, was it Jimmy Carter to Bill Clinton. They have in the past been able to pivot to. Yes, on the left, which is relative compared to today, because a 90s Democrat is probably to the right of the lot of the.
Well, it's a Republican.
Yeah, to a
Trump supporter.
It was to the right of all of the rhinos, certainly. Anyway, but they used to manage to move within their range, responding to where the electorate was, and something broke after Obama, like you said, where they can. It's a ratchet now. They can only ever go left.
Yeah. They used to produce very, very, very slick politicians.
Yes.
And now they're producing people like this, which is great. But anyway, so Trump is singling her out to try and make her a star.
Oh, he's giving her. He's raising her up.
Exactly. He's raising her profile, right? Because he made the mistake of going after AOC a little bit a while ago. That is a mistake, because AOC responded quite well on social media, played to her crowd, because she's smart enough to know how to play to the crowd without offending the other people around. This lady isn't brilliant. Anyway, so the author of this, Elaine here, says, I watched Crockett test her theory of politics in a series of public appearances. She was in very safe, closed environments, and she did very well on social media, pandering to the Democrat base. So she is a modern social media pugilist. She says she monitors social engagement like a day trader checking her portfolio. It's like, right. So she's completely
quite sad.
She's completely addicted to social media. She is, as she says, highly conscious too of her self-preservation. During many of our conversations, Crockett wore acrylic nails painted with the word resist and a set of heavy eyelashes over her brown eyes. So she's
she's not one of these women that spends all the time in nail bars.
Well, you can see her nails there, yeah. Yeah, she is.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right.
Please let her be the candidate.
I know. The lock screen on her phone is a headshot of herself.
To be fair, that's the kind of thing I would do, so I can't.
What? I don't even know how to change the photo that's the lock screen on my phone. I've got whatever it came from.
I don't, but if I knew, I would.
Yeah. Anyway, she spent her years as a public defender, defending Black Lives Matter demonstrators, as a lawyer when she was doing that.
Right.
Okay. So what a surprise.
Hang on, so she probably thinks she's an amazing lawyer, but she's just had the full force of the state behind her.
She's had the system on her side. Yeah.
So I bet her record is actually quite good. but it's not because she's good.
Yes.
She doesn't know the difference yet.
Well, it's like her electoral record. It's like, yes, I'm going to be a left-wing black nationalist in a 2/3 black district.
Yeah.
I'm a brilliant politician because I got elected very easily. It's like, I mean, I'm sure you did, but, you're pushing at an open door, aren't you? Crockett does not have supporters as much as she has admirers. Everywhere she goes, young people ask for selfies, and groups of her red-clad Delta Sigma Theta sorority sisters pop up to cheer her on. Well, good. And I want you to think that that's a really broad constituency among Americans that are huge fans of hers. It's not actually a super narrow and specific constituency of women.
I'm really warming up to this.
I know, right? So you get... I'm sorry to bring this up on such a progressive segment. You get straight white men like James Carville coming out and going, I'm not sure about this. I'm tired of losing again and again and again. Plenty of other Democrats believe that Crockett's approach comes dangerously close to arson. Her critics argue that it's easy to be outspoken in a safe Democrat seat. And they point out that she actually lost votes from the predecessor that she took over from.
But they can't say this too openly or too directly because it is against everything that they have trained Democrats to believe in. You can't have a white man speaking truth to a woman, let alone a black woman.
Yeah, so the fact that she's in a safe Democrat seat and so pushing at the open door, as they point out, but also the fact in that seat she's losing votes anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you got it safe, but, you're on a downward trajectory. So James Carville says, quote, I don't think we need a Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's passionate and has an instinct for making headlines, but does that help us at the end of the day? You're trying to win the election. That's the overall goal. It's like, well, I mean, she's got the largest social media following. She doesn't. So I don't know. James, I would say if you're trying to win the election, that's one thing. But what are you trying to win the election for? Like, what is the Democrat Party for at this point? What are they trying to accomplish? And
whatever Trump is against.
Well, exactly. It seems that they are just openly advocating now for, we want to ruin America.
Yes.
That seems to genuinely be their actual position. No, we need... what would you take from Biden's presidency, where he literally ramped up the border crossings and Trump reduces them to zero? It's like, look, what side are you on? Because she's obviously not going to be like, yeah, we're going to stop those border crossings. But yeah, so outside the church in Atlanta, Pastor Bryant triggered a standing ovation when he declared Jasmine Crockett for president. 2028 is coming, y'all.
I think we can all get behind that.
I am so behind that. Outside in the parking lot, someone shouted at her, first black woman president. It's her time. It's her time, guys.
Trump has already defeated 2 of the first women presidents.
I know. So this piece, I think, was entirely flattering to Jasmine and made her look great. For some reason, though, she tried to get it shut down when she learned that the woman writing it had actually contacted other Democrats to get their input on it, as in James Carville, frankly.
Oh.
And so she was like, no, shut it down.
Even that mild criticism in that hugely puffy piece.
Yes. She tried to get this thing taken down. She allegedly told The Atlantic, quote, that she was shutting down its profile of her after learning the author had reached out to Democrats without telling her. My God, can you imagine the ego? Just the size of the self-appreciation. This was like, I didn't approve that. Shut it down. Like, you'll notice that it was still published because it's not actually how it works.
Yes.
So yeah, she expressed frustration that I had reached out to so many House members without telling her first, says the author of that piece. She told me she was shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions. But an NBC News reporter pointed out, quote, that's not how any of this works. As in, they're allowed to publish what they like.
I mean, the hubris of that.
I know. That's why I wanted to be their girl.
Loving some Jasmine here.
Yeah. And the thing is, she's going to play the race angle as well. She's like, no, look, the Democrats want the safest white boy for 2028, don't they? And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, if they want to win, they absolutely would do that, But she's using this, of course, as she says, they have this fear about voting for a woman again after Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton lost. Well, I mean, it's not a great track record.
No.
So you can kind of see why they would have this fear. But like I said,
and both of them didn't have stupid nails.
Like I said, I would much rather her.
Another story that is originating out of Texas, and that is the effort we are seeing on the part of state Republicans to engage in redistricting. It seems pretty clear based on the reporting. If you guys want to pull up the headline from the New York Times, this is from June 9th, about the fact that the White House is where this is coming from. They have been pushing Republicans in Texas to redistrict, hoping to blunt Democratic gains. The 4 seats that Greg Abbott wants to redraw look like they belong to Al Green, Sylvester Turn, Sylvia Garcia, Mark Vesey. Is this anything other than trying to change the rules of the game halfway through the game so you can win because you can't win on the merits?
You said it real nice. They cheating. They are cheating. Say what it is, okay? Listen, if your policies are so popular, Mr. President, then trust that the American people are happy. And so you don't have to worry about the fact that the Democrats actually should have control of the House right now. The Republicans cheated in the state of North Carolina to make sure that they could get 3 pickups. And guess what? Ultimately,
She goes on to complain about the redistricting, and it's like, oh, they're changing the rules of the game halfway through the game. No one's ever done that before.
So we created an office held by men like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and the idea is that she's now going to occupy that office.
Oh, yeah.
And
doesn't she seem presidential to you?
She strikes me as a bit Yas Queenie.
She's 38 years old. She can run. 38, born in the United States.
Oh, I mean, this would generally be the most amusing outcome possible.
The Yas Queen presidency. But I don't think she's going to get it. I think cooler heads will prevail in the Democrat Party and be like, are you mad? You know,
I'm going to do what I can. Even with my little Twitter profile, I'm going to go and try and boost this person up. I want this to happen.
So anyway, she's such a humble person that she probably hasn't already announced that she's running. But I wish her all the best.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.